afternoon, everyone. This is Nick's. This is a free groom, but I gave them choice of groom because they are in great condition. There's no matting or anything, so they were able to choose what they want. This guy's getting basically a summer cut. We're gonna leave these ears, and it's pretty waxy down in here. No ear infections, just waxy, so we're gonna make sure to scrub in here really well. But I'm gonna see how he does with the Dremel first. I'm gonna start off with the Dremel, and this is his sister, and I'm gonna do her next, and she gets a little bit of a different haircut, so it will be in a different video. Oh wow, those are long, so we're gonna clip these first. I know, sweet boy. Your nails are very long, mister. So as you can see, if your dog is used to the Dremel, they won't fight one bit. But so many dogs are not started young with the Dremel, and therefore they just don't accept it. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're slipping. We'll put your foot up there. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. So using the Dremel allows me to get closer to the quick, to help that quick recede and it not grow so long. It also helps take off that rough edge of after you use the nail clippers. Very quick, short strokes. You don't want to hold it on the nail, it gets hot. Okay, okay. Let's see how long that is. So I'm just going to gently turn him. Come this way. There you go. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. What you smell? Always end up sneezing with that. Okay, so now that that is done, I am going to do a sanitary, so that way I don't have to later. Ugh. I don't know if y'all have ever been around this or not. I've never groomed these guys before, which is the case with most dogs I do now. Ah, there's a clog back there somewhere. So just shaving around the anus, and that's it. And then also we'll just shave something going on. It's like an emergency vehicle, I've heard. Okay, so just shave that. You know what? That may not be connected. So now that that is unclogged, I'm gonna get a 30. Or it wasn't clogged. The vacuum was on and not the hair vac. This helps prevent them from slipping. It increases the traction and just keeps everything nice and trimmed and clean. If I ever went back into shop, which I don't ever plan on going back to a shop, I like being able to go where I'm needed and be mobile. One thing that I will definitely, if I ever go back to shop, is a clipper vac, a hair vac. I don't think I could live without it now that I've had it. It is just an amazing tool. Not only does it keep everything hygienic by sucking it up, but it helps pick up that hair. Come this way. This way, bud. There you go. Come on. Come on. You go come this way. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. He's okay. Whoa. That is my vent up there, the cover for it. Super windy day. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close that. I don't want that breaking. So I used to use a 40 for the paw pads, but I just found it cut too short and almost every time was cutting the dog skin in between. So I now use a 30, and I have always used a 30 from now on. It just still gets it short enough and gets it super short, but not too short to where it's hurting the dog in between. I love it because it just sucks up that hair and helps me grab it, and it really is like a little grooming helper. The hair vac is. Okay, so now it is bath time for him. So for bath time, I just remove this out really quick. Just switch hands. I'll bring it over here, and he, come on, let's go this way. Come on. Good boy. I just walk him in there very gently and put that back, and that's all you got to do. So to start with, to begin, because his ears are not too terribly bad, I am going to clean them a little bit. So I will just take, you know, 3 or 4 for each. It's okay, 3 or 4 for each ear, and put that lid on. And I'm gonna get my hemostats. These are not scissors, they're blunt tip. It just helps me grip this I'm just going to kind of just work on getting some of that earwax out. Hi, sweet girl. Are you watching him? They're not too bad. They're your normal dirty. So applause for them, because this kind of is a relief for me. The really bad, you know, matted or very difficult dogs are very taxing mentally and physically, but more so mentally. It's a lot to deal with, and it's nice that every once in a while I can just do a normal groom with a dog that's not severely neglected. And turn. So at no point in time is that metal hitting the dog's ear or skin. Okay, this one's a little bit more dirty. Good boy. They have definitely been groomed regularly. Okay, so now I'll just leave those for the girl. I'm gonna get this wet just down here. I'm not going in the ear. I want to make that very, very clear. I am not getting any water down in the ear. I'm just spraying that right there. And I'm gonna take my chub bar, and it's covered in hair because it doesn't get used very often. So just gonna kind of try to clean this off a little bit. Yeah, soap. So it's a soap bar that is specifically made for dogs. And all I'm gonna do is lather this in my hands, and I'm just gonna come in here and just kind of cover all of this with that. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna start breaking down that earwax. Again, very clear. I am not getting this inside the ear. You'd never, ever, ever wanna use this inside the ear, just on the outside. I get that really greasy, oily, you know, earwaxy spot. And then we will continue. This is not the right time, by the way. This is my other watch I've had. The other one was just not as comfortable as this one, and I haven't set the time yet. Okay, so that should really help. And I'm just going to a little bit, you know, just kind of get this soap on there, on the ears, just to make sure we get all of that off. Okay, so now that that has been taken care of and the ears are started, I'm gonna get him wet. Nice warm water. I learned how to circulate my tank, my entire tank, through the warming, through the tankless warmer. And so I've learned how to heat my entire tank without even the inline aquarium heater. So I'm just gonna be using regular shampoo on them today. Probably actually gonna be using some of this brightening shampoo because they do have some white on them. And this stuff gets very soapy, so I'm not gonna use as much as I usually would. I am gonna leave it out though to clean their feet really well. And I just gotta continue to fill this up until we have 3 to 4 gallons of water. You sweet boy. You're so sweet. Thank you for being good. It's very, very good to have a good dog every once in a while. I know, you're so sweet. You're gonna give me kisses? I'm gonna give you some kisses too. Okay. So, a couple of videos, well, several videos ago now that you guys are watching this, there were some people that were concerned that this was too strong. That the dog was reacting because it was painful. This is not painful in any way whatsoever. It doesn't leave any red marks. You know, I can get this super close. I can do this. It doesn't hurt at all. So I can just leave this on here and my skin does not turn red at all. It's not painful at all. It literally is like a massage. So it's definitely not painful. So the good thing about trimming the nails before the bath is when you bathe them, it gets rid of all of that nail dirt from grinding. So it leaves their nails looking very clean and finished. And he's a good boy. He's such a good boy. Alright, so now we'll do these ears. And again, I'm not going to go into the ears. I'm staying outside because there's the ear canal. I'm not going anywhere near, you know, that ear canal. I just want to get that a little bit better. Again, just the outside of the ear. The outside of the ear. And then just the outside. Never going inside the ear. Good boy. So this is kind of like the preliminary bath. It just gets the majority of that dirt off, and then I'm gonna hand scrub. But I do the anal glands on this one. Anal glands. Make sure we get that really well. Then we're gonna turn this off, and then I am just going to drain this. And as that is draining, I'm gonna do a really quick rinse. And that water is just going back into the gray tank, and it is never reused, ever. Don't want to reuse dirty water, that's gross. Okay. So now, I'm just gonna take this. This soap goes a long way. It's super sudsy. Oh my gosh, these guys are a dream to groom today compared to the dogs I've had recently. These guys are fantastic. Just taking a little bit and just putting it where I need it. And then I'm just gonna hand scrub. You can get on the armpits, get the legs, get the feet. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I love you guys. I love you guys. This girl's just chilling down there. You just chilling, huh? Just chilling. So this reminds me of why, you know, when I was in rovers, I didn't do just all the bad, and I don't mean bad by behavior, I mean the bad coat dogs, because it's very taxing mentally to do the really difficult dogs day in and day out and not have a break and just be able to groom a normal, you know, non-super matted or non-crazy dog. It's great to be able to just do a regular groom. All right, so this is tear free. So I'm just gonna come up here and I'm really gonna work on these ears. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna rinse. As I'm rinsing, I am gonna turn on the drain. It just saves me time, so I'm not waiting for it to drain while I am wanting to start drying. I will just leave this in here because I gotta do his sister next. So very quickly, I just go through and I do kind of like a quick rinse. And what that does is it kind of dilutes the shampoo that's on there, so it's easier to rinse out in a minute. So now I can just come back and just do a easy rinse. And I have plenty of water today. Make sure you fully rinse out in between those toes and paw pads, because if you don't, it can lead to bacterial infections, you know, eventually yeast infections, hot spots. You really want to make sure you get all of the soap, shampoo, soap, conditioner. When you use conditioner, get it all rinsed out. So I am gonna have to turn this on because, or open this because the humidity is high in here. And I need the humidity to be lowered before I can start drying. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Such a sweet boy. Now put your head up so we don't get water in your nose. These guys are a dream, and I know I keep saying that, but I've had a really rough couple of past grooms. Just very difficult dogs. And so these guys are great to be grooming. So really quickly, I'm gonna get some conditioner and I'm gonna just condition those ears because they are wanting to keep them long. Such a good boy. use my hands to squeegee first. And I'm gonna have to turn this air conditioning on just for a minute. I gotta get this humidity down. Point it up and over to the side. And so I'm gonna let that run while I'm drying him with a towel. It's 228 and it's already dropped 4%. So when you turn the AC on, it's pushing the air around and it's helping it drop quite a bit faster. Just very gently squeezing. Yeah, 63%. He's a good boy. So I want to dry him as much as I possibly can with a towel before I even consider turning my dryers on. And I will show a trick. You probably won't be able to hear me, so I'm going to explain it now. When drying, I'm going to use a towel to catch the water, because with mobile and in shop, if you're not using a towel to catch that water, it's going to go back on the dog. It's going into the air, therefore it's raising the humidity even more. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. You're so sweet. Hi. So just another dry towel, and just gonna keep drying. Good boy. I'm gonna slide. This is stained, it's not dirty. All my towels are washed in detergent and either bleach or like Odoban disinfectant or the Lysol sanitizer, some kind of disinfectant slash sanitizer. So it's 55 humidity. I'm gonna use a small, and because his ears are so long, I don't want to tuck them because they might tangle. So his ears are covered, but just not as much as they normally would be if he had short hair on his ears. So, like I said, I'm gonna get a clean towel and I'm gonna take my dryer, and as I'm drying, I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna dry like this, and I'm gonna use the towel to catch, and this will be very wet, you know, very damp when I get done with this part. He is about 90% dry on his body. I'm gonna get him on the table so I can dry him a little bit better. It doesn't kill your back as much. This tub is a pretty low tub, and it ends up hurting my back because I'm having to bend down to groom, you know, to be able to finish drying him. So I'm gonna move him over here. Come up here, come up here. And I know, sweet girl, you're next. And just dry him better. Still have our ear protection on. And I'm just gonna use the force dryer still. Okay, so the ears are about, I don't know, 85, 90% dry. They're a tad damp still. I just don't want to keep putting that heat on his ears because it can cause some problems. So, what? Are you so excited? Just very gently gonna brush these out. Well, they have done an amazing job at maintaining these guys. These ears, I mean, for me to see ears this long with, you know, hardly any matting whatsoever is very rare. Great, great, great job. Huh. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna try a 3/8 comb on him. I don't like cutting these guys super duper short because it can look funny. But they want summer cut. So, come here, bud. Oh, sorry, girlfriend. Shut up. I think that's a good length. It's not too short. Let's come over here. Can you scoot back some? There we go. Definitely not a 7 or a 10, but short enough to where he's going to look clean and ready to go. The clipper vac just makes this so easy. Such a good boy. Good boy. And you're such a good girl too. You're just waiting so patiently. So patiently. Good boy. That's what the deal is. Usually this is up here, so I'm not having to fight it. There, that's much easier. Good boy. Oh boy. Can you sit? Sit. Good boy. She's still there. She's still there. You love your brother. You love him. Over here. Yeah, this groom is such a relief from what I've been having to do. It's so much easier when they cooperate and they know what they're doing. So it's very important when you're using any kind of hair vac, clipper vac, you have to go in the direction that the hair grows, because if you don't, it will look very, very, very choppy. So, for my regular viewers, you will know that I had become fear-free certified, and I ended up losing like 50% of my clientele because they didn't want to medicate their dog for them to be fear-free during their groom. And this was several months ago. And I very quickly decided that I was not going to be fear-free because it was restrictive. It was so restrictive, and I ended up losing about 50% of my clientele because they didn't want to medicate their dog. They didn't want to take... My battery died. So what I was saying is they didn't want to take their dog to the vet, you know, have to do all of that, pay for a vet visit because to get prescription medication, because trazodone it is the #1 prescribed thing for dogs that have difficulty with grooming. It's very costly, and you know, the fear-free program is, a lot of the dogs needed trazodone. They needed medication to be able to be groomed fear-free. And because of that, I lost a massive amount of clientele. And I just got an email a couple days ago from the CEO or whatever from the fear-free certification saying that they had seen some of my videos and that they were revoking my fear-free certification. I've been saying for months that go ahead, revoke it. I think it is ridiculous. I think it is ridiculous. I lost so much clientele. You know, now it doesn't matter because I'm doing free grooms, but back in shop, people went other places. They didn't want to have to do all that. It's just ridiculous requirements. I was like, you can revoke it, go ahead. I don't know what they want me to do up here. I may kind of just blend it with, because there's really long pieces too. I'll probably just, because they wanted hers kept, but they didn't say anything about his. So I'm probably just gonna kind of like, that looks better. Yeah. Here. Just kind of blend it like that. So I don't like all this in here, and I'm gonna trim it to where you can't even tell that I trimmed anything, because it tends to get that really nasty earwax. So you can't even tell that that's been trimmed. I just move all the hair out of the way and I trim that, and then you can't even tell. But all that's trimmed, so it's not going to become super gross with earwax or, you know, matting. So can't even tell that that was trimmed back there. He's a good boy. He's such a good boy. You're so sweet. Can I have you come over this way? Turn, turn, turn. So, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And it is a little tangled in there. Same thing. Very, very gorgeous, very well cared for ears. You can just see how much nicer they look. They look clean. They don't want them trimmed or anything, so they just get left, and he is a gorgeous boy. We're almost done. I just got to trim up the feet, and then I will text them to come get him, and I will get started on the girl. Jeez. this started coming out and I need to get some better ones. They have some that are more comfortable. Okay, nice round trimmed foot. You can always take more off, but you can't put it back on. That is the number one thing that I tell new groomers is you can't put the hair back on. So it's better to take a little bit off and then a little bit more off than do a whole bunch at one time. I would 100% pick these guys up as a regular client. These dogs are amazing, and the only clients I kept from in shop were ones that were either very well, all three that I do from shop have been coming to me from the first building, the one where I was renting, where I was by myself in the beginning. They've been coming to me since then, so they are very, very long-term loyal clients. I chose not to take on a bunch of regular clients just because of life. I homeschool my daughter. She's very advanced, so her schooling requires some extra attention and thought and so on and so forth. So it's great to just have a few regular clients, and then I can set my own schedule according to when I need videos. That is, I record every single dog I groom, except for the ones that are my regulars, because they've been on the channel several times. What you doing, girlfriend? Hey, what you doing? What you checking out, huh? What do you see? Can you scoot over a little bit? I know, you're next, huh? You're next. So there's a little bit of fluff here. Okay, so again, just brush up. Gotta go in between. Oh man, I know I've said it 500 times, but man, what a change from dogs that don't know what grooming is. It's ridiculous. This is great. Very low stress for me and the dogs. So such a good boy. And so handsome. You're so handsome. You know that? There's still some. Okay. Know that blowing on off the table drives people nuts, but oh well. Just gonna take a little bit of doggy cologne. This is what I'm using. Everything that I used is linked down below, and I'm gonna get him I don't know why there's a towel in here, but I'm going to assume it's not clean and needs to be washed. Okay, it's a little one. Sometimes it's a little tricky on, because they're all crammed in here, finding. I love this one for some reason, and I know it's for Valentine's Day, but I'm like, you can have this any time of the year. It's so cute. You are so handsome, buddy. Mr. Nix, you're so handsome. All right, and there he is. So don't forget to check out the before and after pictures after this clip, and hopefully you are subscribed so you can see her video and all the other great dogs that I groom. And I'll see you guys in the next video, huh? Sweet boy, you're so handsome. I know you want to give me some kisses. You're welcome, handsome boy.